Role-playing games can be very daunting and hard to get into. It seems like a lot of RPGs require a large chunk of time in order to complete them and enjoy them to their fullest. However, micro RPG is the opposite of this stereotype. It tries to boil down everything that makes an RPG great into its simplest form. Does it succeed? Let's get right into it. The art style of micro RPG is actually pretty cute and adorable. It has that chibi looking art style that you see in anime and manga and stuff like that, and it's just trying to be adorable at the end of the day. Same thing with its sound effects and its music. It's not trying to be taken seriously. This isn't one of those dark fantasy RPGs, obviously. This is just trying to be fun and lighthearted. Micro RPG is a level-based game, so you're going to be going through levels and worlds and defeating enemies and bosses and trying to complete quests for currency, rewards, and the like. Now, what makes this game very clever, in my opinion, is its combat system. Now, its combat system consists of you being in the middle of the screen, and then enemies will come from the outside of the screen and go towards you, slowly but surely. And they all move at different rates, and they also attack at different rates. So there will be ranged attackers, there will be melee attackers, and they will all behave differently. Now, there is a dial that is rotating clockwise around your character, and when you tap on the screen, it will stop that dial, and anything located in that dial's radius will be attacked. Now, you can switch between weapons, so you have weapons with different radiuses, and then also weapons that are ranged or melee, and you have to dispatch of these enemies in the way that you see fit. So you can switch between these weapons on the fly for what you need, and you just try to defend yourself the best way possible. This combat mechanic ends up feeling like a very addictive mini game, and it really does layer on the strategy the farther you go in levels because things are getting more difficult. There's different enemies being introduced and different combinations of enemies being introduced, and you have to kind of strategize on the fly, and it maintains more strategy, and then you also have the timing and activeness of having to tap on the screen, which is a really cool combination. In between levels, you will be strengthening your character by upgrading them and their weapons. Now, you do this by gaining copies of these weapons, and I don't really like when games do this when they make you get multiple copies of a specific item in order to strengthen it over time, because the rarer weapons that you will get them less often, and they become not as useful unless you're paying money in the game. So you kind of have to stick to the ones that you get the most, because that's what will increase your stats and keep you going in the game. So this is one of my main gripes with the game overall. Now, as I've already kind of delved into, this is a free-to-play game, and its monetization model is pretty run-of-the-mill. There's a premium currency that you can buy, there's chests that you can buy so you can get more cards and weapons to upgrade your character faster over time. It's not needed, but it will ease the grind a bit. Now, in this game, I haven't really felt a grind at all yet, and I'm pretty deep into it, so I think the wall comes a lot later on. And plus, it's just a simple game. It's a single-player game. There's no PvP, so I'm just really enjoying it at the pace that I'm enjoying it, and when I feel that wall, I'm just gonna drop it. All in all, I think Micro RPG has a very clever combat system that's really satisfying to play, and I liked it more and more as time went by. However, I'm sure it will get old over time because that's about all there is to this game, and there's not a lot of depth or complexity to that, but maybe people are looking for that. Now, I wish it wasn't a free-to-play game. I think a solo dev could take everything in this and then make their own single-player micro RPG-esque type game where everything in this game is there except without the monetization model and with a few more clever systems built onto it. I'm excited for the potential that this game may bring, and I hope other indie games take that potential and run with it. So this is definitely worth a try in my opinion if you're just looking for a fun game to play for a few minutes at a time in between other games and just don't take it seriously. The link to the game is in the description down below. Alright guys, those are my first impressions of Micro RPG. Don't forget to leave a like, pop a comment, and sub. It really helps out small channels like mine. And if you want to see more content from me, check out any of the links in the description down below, especially my TikTok. I cover multiple mobile games that I don't cover on this channel on there, and vice versa. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and take it easy.